Welcome back to my vlog. I've lost count of which one this is actually. But you can see time has progressed because I'm sat in front of my Christmas tree, which makes me very happy. So I also have new hair. So the last time um, I did this, I was talking about the fact that my hair was falling out and that I needed to get it sorted. So I have. So you can see it's all gone. It still feels really strange, but actually, um, I really, really like it. I found the whole thing really liberating. And I kind of went in, I was a bit scared. I took my best friend with me and I went in with the view of, right, I want to get it cut short before it continues to fall out because it's just too depressing. And I didn't really think I'd like it. I thought it'd just be making the best of a bad situation. And then it turns out I love it. And I think I'm going to keep it short afterwards as well. But I really like it. It's much more manageable. My neck still feels really bare, which is quite strange. But overall, I'm really glad I did it. A little bit of hair's still been falling out, but nowhere near as much. So it's just been much less traumatic. And it was a good decision, I think. So I had chemo number 3 on Friday. I had to think. This whole journey is very strange. Sometimes I feel like time's flying by really quickly, and then when I think about the fact I've only done 3 chemos, it then feels like it's dragging a little bit. So overall, it was much better. I decided to take a different approach to this one, and it sounds really silly, but the first 2 times, I kind of, because people were coming with me and they were kind of giving up their time for me, I felt like I needed to put on a front and I felt like I needed to almost like host them in the hospital, which sounds really ridiculous. But I felt like they were doing something for me, so I needed to make sure that they were okay and I wanted to chat to them and all that sort of stuff. And I think just to prove to myself that everything was okay, I just kind of tried to be my normal self and just now realise that perhaps that wasn't the right approach and I actually needed to conserve my energy. So my new tactic this time was I made myself a playlist, a chemo playlist, and I I literally shoved my headphones in. I got really comfy, um, and just made myself really warm before the cold cap went on, and then literally went to sleep. And luckily, it was much better this time. Um, I also, my oncologist earlier on in the week had prescribed me lorazepam for the anti-sickness, so that has been making me drowsy, which I think probably helped in that situation actually. And it's used for as an anti-anxiety drug as well, which is quite interesting. Because I got in there and they measured my heart rate and it was at 120 per minute, which is quite high. And I think I was so anxious about having this cold cap back on. And even now, if I think about it, it makes me feel really sick. Um, and I'm still trying to judge whether or not it's worth doing. At the moment, I want to continue with it, but it's really hard, and the thought of it, I think, was making me feel really anxious. Um, I guess, the only other thing to mention about the hospital on Friday was I just got really emotional after the treatment had finished, and I think that was in part due to the lorazepam. Apparently, that's one of the side effects. You can get quite tearful, but I feel like when I'm out of the hospital, I can deal with things in my own way. And then as soon as I'm in the hospital, everything just feels really real. Um, and I struggle with that quite a bit actually. And I think dealing with emotions is definitely the hardest thing about my cancer journey so far. At home, I feel really safe, and I can almost like trick myself into thinking I've just got the flu because I'm working from home. And there's things I can't do, like I haven't been going out for drinks or that sort of stuff, things I would normally definitely be doing. Um, and the hospital makes all of that just kind of seem obviously completely untrue. Like I haven't just got the flu, unfortunately. Um, and I think just being there, it's just being around like other people, being around other people that are being given chemotherapy and just hearing beeps and drips and I can't explain it. It just fills me with dread. Um, so at the moment, I am just trying to get through one day at a time, and hopefully that'll work for me. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be real, so I'm not gonna pause it. Damn lorazepam. um, so one other thing I was going to say actually, which is working for me quite well at the moment, is lists, making lists. I've always been a list lover, and this particular um, time of year, obviously Christmas, I'm all about the list. So um, it's little things at the moment, little steps. So I've just posted my Christmas cards, so getting those written was another tick. And I just think it's all of those kind of little things I need to focus on um, that will make this journey seem more achievable, and all the little sort of milestones. Um, and Actually, one thing I was gonna, we're talking about trees. So Christmas is my absolute favourite time of year. I absolutely love it, and I think this year is going to be really hard. But it's nice that it's something to look forward to, I guess. And you can see my Christmas tree behind me. It's a bit of a, I don't know how you'd describe it, a bit haphazard. I like trees with a story, and all of these baubles have stories behind them. And I literally got home from chemo on Friday, walked into the kitchen, and Laws had let herself in, um, and set up a mini Christmas tree for us. So obviously I burst into tears because that is my go-to reaction at the moment for everything. And it it just it got me to thinking, God, I sound like Carrie Bradshaw. Sorry, Sex and the City, for those of you who don't have a clue who she is. Um, I'm so lucky to have such an amazing group of people who love and support me, and all in completely different ways. From buying me thoughtful gifts, sending me motivational messages, some on a daily basis, you know who you are, visiting me, even though I'm not possibly going to be great company, um, and making me hilarious videos before every chemo. But most importantly, knowing that I can call on any one of them day or night, and I'll come away feeling a million times stronger than I did before. So, on that note, I just want to say thank you. Hopefully, next time the lorazepam will be out of my system and I will not be feeling as emotional. Um, we can hope, hey. And I'll try and fit another one in before Christmas. But until then, enjoy the build up.